So we will do that after the immersion, and we will reach out to you for that. But just wanted to highlight that the IT support role does not necessarily have to be, from a person who is in the IT department or from an IT background. It can be done from anyone who has a decent understanding of all these softwares. So in terms of roles and responsibilities, going more specific into the IT support role during echo sessions. So before the session starts, the setup of all the equipments, making sure all the hardware equipments like the laptops and the TVs or the projector screens or whatever you're using as display units, they're all working well, and they're all synchronized with Zoom, and Zoom is functioning properly. So maybe as a good practice, what we recommend is maybe 1 hour or 1.5 hours before the session, the IT support should ideally start the Zoom meeting, test out all the relevant equipments that are connected. If you're using a video conferencing camera or you're using external microphones and speakers, so you need a little bit of time to test that out. So that is what the IT support's role is before the session. And also making sure that everyone in the hub team is well versed with Zoom, at least for the basic features. Like, let's say there is an expert coming in to present a didactic. The IT support should take the initiative and make sure that the case presenter or the didactic presenter has a good understanding of how to share their screen. Like I am sharing my screen right now. The case presenter or the didactic presenter should be able to do the same. If not, if they are not well versed with it, then the IT support person should get in touch with the expert or the case presenter and make sure they understand it correctly. During the session, giving technical assistance to the hub team members in terms of, supporting through the Zoom features, muting, unmuting. If any spoke is facing any technical issues, they can ideally reach out to the IT support through the chat feature. Let them know that, I'm facing this issue. Can you help me sort it out? And facilitating the tele-echo session from an IT standpoint, so to say. Right. So any software related issues that might come up, hardware related issues that might come up, and these things do happen. These are very common challenges that can occur at any point of time. So the IT support should be aware about these situations and should step in wherever the hub team members or the spoke participants need support. In terms of IT requirements for the hub, these are again ideal recommendations from us. And I know right now, because of the COVID situation, everyone must be working from home. So this might not be applicable right now. But usually when we run echo programs from the organization itself, there's a hub room that we set up wherein all the relevant equipments are there. Like you can see, we've mentioned 1 or 2 TVs, so it's not specific to television. You can keep up any sort of display units like a projector screen also. That is totally up to you, whatever suits you. And if you already have an existing setup at your own organization, you can feel free to use that. Having an HD camera setup, why we recommend an HD camera is because if the hub team members are sitting in one room, then the camera should be able to capture all of them at once, right? Especially people who are regularly interacting during the session, the facilitator and the subject matter expert. The program coordinator and the IT support are essentially sitting off camera. They do not need to be on camera. They work from the backstage of things. But on camera, if the expert, is important to capture all of them at once. Have at least 2 laptops for conducting the session. One would be for facilitation purposes, and the other one would be for IT support. Have a decent internet connection for conducting these sessions. So you don't need any high level internet speed. If you have a minimum of 6 to 8 Mbps internet speed, stable internet connection, that is good enough from a hub's point of view. And docking station, we've just mentioned, it's not relevant at all places, but if you are using a dual TV setup, so to say, and you have 2 laptops, You can use the docking station. We can discuss this in detail in virtual trainings, but it's basically used as a load divider so that your equipments don't hang up during the session. So we have this video just to show you an ideal hub room setup. Like I said, when things go back to normal, this would be more relevant at that point of time. But I just wanted to give you a sense of what it looks like. So just give me a second, I'll just share again. And in the meantime, if anyone has any clarifying questions related to whatever we've discussed till now, you can feel free to step in right now and ask your questions. Maybe I'll give a few seconds if there are any questions, and then I'll move on to the presentation again. Any questions till now, comments, maybe any of the roles that we've discussed so far, any confusions, we would be happy to clarify them for you. All right, I don't think any questions are coming up right now, but maybe after the session, we'll open it up for Q&A again. So I'll share my screen and play the video for you all. You should be able to hear the audio as well. If you cannot, please let me know, I'll rectify that. That's a short video that I wanted to play just to show you an ideal hub room setup display. And I know that this is not relevant right now if you're working from home, but maybe for future reference when things get back to normal, how the ideal room setup looks like. So that was the whole idea. And I mean, if anyone has any questions now, we'd like to open it up for Q&A. And we've discussed 4 roles so far: the facilitator, program coordinator, IT support, and subject matter expert. So if anyone has any questions, comments, please feel free to ask. Anuradha ma'am, if you want to add anything that we might have missed out.
Thanks. I think there's a chat. Roy Singh has asked, can the recommendation be provided as guideline or document? Yes, ideally, that is what